Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm very excited to bring you guys this video. If you don't know, I'm actually vegan. I've been vegan since June of last year, so all through COVID I've been vegan. I wanted to bring a video out to beginners who may want to transition into a vegan diet or just being a vegan themselves. I'm going to bring you guys a few tips and tricks that really helped us as a family become vegan and what can help you easily become one too. Let's go ahead and get started. So tip number one is to find your reason why. Now, if you guys want to know why we decided to go vegan, I can do a whole video about that. Just let me know down below or by hitting that thumbs up button, and I will definitely do that for you guys. A couple different reasons are you can go vegan for the earth, you can go for your health, you can do it for the animals, you can do it for all of those. Sometimes people fall into veganism because their health is declining in some way, shape, or form, and doctors may suggest that. And then once they go into it for their health, they find other reasonings as to why they should stay vegan. Tip number two is to go slow. This is what we did, which for me, usually I just jump into diets of any kind and just really want to go cold turkey into things. And that's not really how you make it a lifestyle. It's very difficult, and so it is a great tip to go slow. Which brings me into my third point. The first thing that I think you should transition out of is milk. Instead of using regular cow's milk, I think you should transition into almond milk, soy milk. I think there's coconut milk. There is a bunch of different kinds. The one that I absolutely fell in love with was vanilla almond milk. I tend to like the sweeter things versus unsweetened. So my favorite and go-to is Walmart's Great Value, just vanilla almond milk. And how I started that was actually just switching it with my cereal. At that time I was pregnant and I really loved Honey Bunches of Oats. When I added the almond milk into that cereal, it created an interesting sweet kind of flavor. And so once I started doing that a lot more and just switching the milk out all for almond milk, it was a very easy transition from cow's milk to an alternative. So my fourth tip is when you go out to eat or for your meat alternatives in general, you should definitely go with Beyond Meat, Impossible Meat, or even black bean burgers or veggie patties. Just try to switch out your meat as much as you can throughout your transition slowly. So like if you're going to a restaurant with friends and they offer Impossible Beyond Veggie, any of those alternatives, definitely try to get one of those alternatives and gradually just increase that more and more and more. And then eventually you will just be able to switch on over and you'll enjoy the taste of any of those alternatives. I believe we started with, I think Impossible from Burger King was actually the first meat alternative we tried, and we kind of preferred that taste over the actual beef patty. That was kind of how we worked it in too, that we ate Burger King a lot just to try their Impossible a lot more, and then when we could get Denny's, I believe they have a Beyond Burger, we switched there, and just a lot of places will offer you alternatives, and so just take advantage of those alternatives as much as you can, and it'll be a lot easier. Tip number 5, try to find a community so it doesn't feel so lonely, and maybe if you have questions, you're able to ask those questions. For example, in our area, Gordon was able to find a Facebook group and another family vegan group, and we're able to share, local places to eat at. We're able to share ice cream places and stuff like that. So we were able to build up a restaurant list we could go to with items we were able to eat. And that helped so much because one of our favorite things to do is to go out and eat. And it became a lot easier, a lot simpler when people are sharing their finds on a Facebook group. And there you can get support, you can ask questions, things like that. I mean, it's just a really great community. And it's also really great if they do meetups so that you can go and meet these people with the same morals or values as you and kind of just build a little community together. I feel like that's one of the best things ever. So that is definitely a really great tip that I suggest to you guys. Tip number 6, I believe. Don't get so caught up in being vegan food-wise and then having to be vegan everywhere else-wise, such as makeup, clothes, everything else. It comes in a slow transition. It does not make any sense to get rid of everything you have just to go vegan. It's already bought and stuff, you're already using it. But when you have the chance and something's done or you're ready to throw it away or give it away, whatever the means may be, go ahead and choose the alternative then, or find a vegan replacement. I don't think it's wise just to throw everything out in your closet because it's already there, but now you're making the choice for the better, and take that time to go ahead and switch it out. For most people, and I think for me, food was probably the hardest transition to veganism versus clothing or shoes or anything like that, or makeup, just because we tend to enjoy a lot of good food and sometimes we may not be able to find alternatives or think that we can't find alternatives. But throughout everything that we've eaten and what's out there, it's been very hard to not find an alternative. There may be one or two things, but other than that, it's just so easy to become vegan these days, in my opinion, because there are so many alternatives. Tip number 7, try not to get discouraged because there may not be like a bunch of sweets or stuff like that, or you may not think that, because I feel that when I see veganism on YouTube or like anywhere, you just immediately think plants, plants, plants. And although that's true in some cases, you can still have like comfort food and things like that, and sweets such as ice cream, cookies, cake. It's all available. You have to find the places that offer it. For example, I loved donuts, and this whole time it was very hard to find a donut place. So I literally went an entire almost year without eating donuts, which made me sad. But through our Facebook group, somebody had posted that this cafe offers vegan donuts. And they are so freaking delicious. They literally taste like a cinnamon roll. You just have to find out where things are offered, either locally or online. There's a local place that does cookies and cream milkshake for me, which I love. Oh my God, it was so good. I'm just saying, don't get discouraged. If you want your sweets or your comfort food, it's there. If you want to be super healthy and, eat a lot of greens and stuff, that's very much there as well. All in all, in my opinion, it is not hard to go vegan as long as you take it slow. Forgive yourself for making mistakes, because we definitely made some mistakes along the way. Try not to feel as disheartened as I was when I made a mistake, because I just thought it was the end of the earth. But Gordon was there to help me realize that it wasn't. It was just a mistake and we're all learning. So as long as you're consciously going forward and making that effort to become vegan, that is really all that matters. It definitely becomes a lot easier. We were even able to switch our kids to vegan, and yeah, you just kind of had to find your way along the path. If you guys want any more tips, tricks, if you want to know why we went vegan, if you want some recipes that are really good, because let me tell you, there are some vegan stuff that's actually really gross and I don't like it. Some people think it's delicious, but it's not. So if you guys want some recipes, kid recipes, stuff like that, definitely let me know. I'm always so interested in this area, and I kind of want to talk about being vegan and veganism itself a lot more on my channel. If you guys have any questions, make sure to leave them down below. I hope these tips helped you and helped you feel a bit more guided on your path to veganism. If you really liked it, please don't forget to give a thumbs up. That really helps me know what you guys enjoy. And I will see you in my next one. Bye!